Samantha from Jessama Tutorials here, and welcome to day 26 of the Cracklathon, where I'm doing a crackle veneer every day for a whole month. So today we are going to be doing another 99% alcohol crackle, and we are going to be using the cane that we made a little while back. I do believe it was, let me see if I can remember when I did that. I think it was day 15 that I made this crackle cane, and that is what we are going to be using in today's tutorial. So to start off with, you're going to take the cane and we're going to chop it into slices. And this was supposed to be a crackle cane. There you go. So we cut it into slices. Now just take those slices and pop them all together. And try to keep it so that the pattern is not repeating itself or mirroring. So you don't want any spots that mirror. It shouldn't be too difficult to achieve. Need to get that in place. There we go. Okay. Then take a piece of plain printing paper and burnish. And this will just get those cane slices to sit together. And I will use my roller to roll it even in a second. Just want them to sit together somewhat. And grab your roller. We're going to roll that out. There we are. Then I'll take that piece of plain printing paper again and I'll give it one last burnish just to make sure that we've got rid of any seams. There we are. And now run that through your thickest setter on your pasta machine, and I'm just going to continue rolling until it starts to stretch. There we are. And I'm going to end on my middle setting, which is about 1 millimeter thick. There we go. Then just stick that down onto your tile, and I'm just going to remove these edges. They don't necessarily have to be straight, I just don't want the edges that I'm not going to use. And then grab some 99% isopropyl alcohol, and here is what the concentration needs to be, and here is where I bought it from. And then just spray. Like so. Then wipe with a wet wipe, like so, and blow. And hopefully you can see it's gone a bit matte. You'll repeat this around 10 times. That's around how much it takes. You can stop beforehand if it looks like it's matte enough and you can see little crackles, or you might have to go further than that. It depends. But just carry on going until you can see little cracks appearing on the surface. Okay, and you can see here that it has gone quite matte. You can see there that there are also cracks appearing. Let me just zoom you in for a quick second. There we are. Hopefully you can see there what it looks like, and that there are cracks appearing. So now take that and put it on a backing, because you're going to need a backing, trust me. There we are. And I'm just smoothing that on to make sure that it's well stuck. Trim away any excess you might have. There we are. Okay, and now we're going to be antiquing this. So the trick here is to not roll it. We want to be stretching it, which is why I said to get that backing on, because otherwise this would probably break. because we're going to be doing stretching and no putting it through a pasta machine, and that puts quite a bit of stress on this. But there you can see the beautiful cracks. You could even just leave it like this if you wanted. There we are. Okay, now it's a little uneven, but we can take care of that in a little while. Now we need to decide whether we want to use white or black to antique it. And I'm a little bit torn up about that. Okay, so I had a debate with myself and I've decided it will be black. So I'm going to be using this brand of paint, black. And I'm going to put a little bit down and rub that over the surface. And make sure you get into all of those cracks, because there are a lot of them. The nice thing about this 99% alcohol is it consistently gives you thin cracks. So if you want larger cracks, this is not going to be the best crackle technique for that, but if you're looking for nice, fine, not intrusive cracks that don't run too deep into the clay, this is a brilliant technique for that. Because a lot of crackles, after you've put the crackle on, you can't do a lot of manipulating with the sheet. This you can do a lot of manipulating still. It's very flexible so long as you have put a backing on, and your clay is not too thin, but it is still quite manipulative. And if you mess it up, you can still use it as clay. Okay, so then I'm just going to take a wet wipe, run that over the surface, and I just burnished it a little bit to lift away that paint. Okay, and I've got rid of a lot of that. Okay, and there's only so much I can get rid of before the paint dries. I have to wait for it to dry to a certain degree before I can get rid of the rest of it. So just get rid of most of what you can, and then wait for the paint to dry, and then we can remove the rest. Okay, so it's dried enough. Now I'd recommend taking some of that 99% alcohol again, spraying that onto the tissue we used earlier, and then we're going to wipe across the surface, and you can see that clears it up quite a bit. And it kind of comes out looking almost like an animal print, which is really nice. And also remember that some sanding later on would not hurt it. That would also clear up a lot of dark spots if there are any. Okay, now I don't want to wipe too much, because you can then smudge the clay a bit, because the alcohol essentially removes a layer of clay each time you use it. So I just want to use it to get rid of that excess paint. Alright, and there we go. Now I'll take a piece of plain printing paper and I'll give it a quick burnish just to flatten it all out again. And I am rolling it a little bit. Okay, and I can see that a little bit of paint did come through. That is fine. I will fix it up in a minute. Now I just want to get it somewhat flat. Okay, and there is that one little air bubble there. I want to see if that is positioned under the veneer or if it is part of the veneer, because if it is part, I want to get rid of it. Now it was under the veneer. Okay. Okay, and I'm just flattening it, because then it means that those cracks are, the whole thing feels flat, but you can still see those cracks, which is really nice. Okay, and then we're just going to do one last very quick cleanup, just because there is that area there where the paint is a little bit wet still. So just give a spray with the alcohol, give a light wipe, and there we go. And I'll just roll it again just to flatten it out. And that is basically our crackle. And it will have a slight leather appearance. I'm not sure if you can pick that up on the camera, but it has a very slight leathery feel to it, which is really nice. So that's basically it for today's crackle. So I do hope that you enjoyed it. It's a really fun way to give interest to your canes. As you can see, it took a relatively okay cane and made it a lot more complicated, so that now it is really interesting. So let me know what you thought in the comments below, and if this is your favourite crackle so far, let me know on my group Jessama Tutorials Polymer Clay Community on Facebook. I'll provide a link to that in the description below, and we will have a poll at the end of the month to decide which crackle is our favourite, and the most popular one will get a project tutorial next month, so be sure to vote for your favourite crackle. And as always, I'll see you in the next tutorial. Bye for now.